Welcome, Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast. You can catch us on a couple platforms here: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, and iTunes. Oh boy, we here, after to me a disappointing and shocking loss. I didn't see this coming at all. I mean, I knew we ain't have beat, but I still thought we could pull it out. We lost. What was the score? 103 to 94. We lost by what's that 9 points? I mean, it was a little closer than the end. They made some shots and we couldn't make shots. We actually, well, go ahead. Y'all speak your piece because it's a couple things.
Get off your chest.
I mean, for one, we went cold after half, especially in the fourth quarter. At one point, we were stuck on 92. It seemed like for forever. We was tied at 92, and then next thing you know, they had like 98. We still had 92. We just was clanking. We at one point, I think we was like 5 for 17 or something. It wasn't a good look. I mean, nobody could put the ball in the basket. Everybody kind of struggled down the stretch. To me, it was a total team collapse. But this is, I think, when you need like I always say, this is when you need your star players to be stars. All right. If your all-stars want to be all-stars, this is the time for them to be all-stars against a game like this. Now, Bede ain't there, so who's the next best player? Tobias. I mean, he came up, he had a couple shots, but he came up pretty much laying down the stretch too. Ben is next. He only had 2 points in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, he had a good overall game. He started off good, attacked the basket, all that, yada, yada, whatever. But when it was get money time, nobody was getting money.
To me,
thoughts?
I mean, I guess I'll let it. I look at coaching failed me tonight, and defense failed me tonight. I mean, sometimes I don't understand these doc lineups. What do you be running out? I'm not blaming the game. I hate to blame a game on one player, especially role and bench players, because first of all, it shouldn't come down to them, and they shouldn't even be in that position half the time. But I don't know what happened. I didn't see any real plays drawn up, especially when we needed a bucket. I need to see more plays drawn up. I need to see something. I just didn't see that today. And a critical play in the game to me was, I think it was like 2 minutes left. Ben, to me, should have drove or took the shot, but he kicked it to Mike Scott, who missed it. To me, that's Ben Simmons' go time. Ben Simmons was a front runner all night. When we won it, he dancing the basket, he dunking, he laying it up. When it's crucial crunch time, he passed the ball. Like, come on, man. This is what I mean about his decision making. Know your personnel. You don't get a ball to Mike Scott there. Everybody on this podcast knows that. That's not a good decision.
Was Mike Scott open?
I don't care.
No. Because you the same boy when Brian and all these years.
Don't make excuses now.
No.
What's Mike Scott 3-point percentage?
Like 34.
Not good enough.
Okay, but the same point when I would rip Brian because Brian didn't attack the basket when he passed out to Donyell Marshall and they missing the threes and I've actually came and said, you know what?
And you started liking Brian because he did what?
Can I get my point out? I sat there and listened.
No, because you jumped into my conversation. So
okay,
since you want to jump in, we're gonna have a conversation. You started. I answered for you. He said he didn't like Brian because he kept passing. He started liking Brian because Brian started taking over.
And the point that I just made a couple podcasts ago, when I said I realized the error of my ways, Brian was making the smart play the same way Mike would pass to Kerr and Paxton and all those guys. I acknowledged that's when I was ripping Brian unnecessarily.
So you felt you liked that play? You felt that was a good play?
I don't like Mike Scott in the game, but that being said, I'm not sitting here and I can't sit here and say I don't necessarily agree with you that Ben should have been more aggressive, but I'm not going to put this game on Ben. Mike Scott should never be starting. And why is Tolliver getting minutes?
See, but
Tolliver should not be on this roster.
See,
All right,
Why
this
so-
is he signed?
Go ahead, Tim.
All right.
Go ahead,
How
Tim.
was he signed for the rest of the season? What does he provide? What does he provide? He's trash. You got Mike Scott and you got Tolliver trash. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what you say. Paul Reed, the young boy. Put Paul Reed in the game. I'd rather see Paul Reed developing right now than see them trash dudes in the game. They trash. Mike Scott and Tolliver trash. And
I'd
Mike
rather
Scott
say Maxey in the game.
All right, so the reason why we lost this game was because of coaching, and this is the first time that I'm actually going to put blame on Doc Rivers as far as his coaching. He coached a terrible game by first of all starting Mike Scott and then playing him crucially. Dwight Howard should have went all 8 minutes, the final 8 minutes of that fourth quarter. He should have been in there. He could give you rebounds. He could give you offensive rebounds. But the refereeing was terrible. I hate to blame the refs, but the refs, they call bogus calls on Ben Simmons. That whole play at the end of the game when Danny Green was shooting a three, and then they reversed the call.
That call was trash. That's true.
That was a bogus call. You don't make that at that point of the game. And then Maxey was driving, and they was giving the young boy absolutely no calls whatsoever. The refereeing was bad. The coaching was terrible. And that offense, that third quarter, if you scored 13 points in the third quarter, you're going to lose. We had 11-point lead. The third quarter, we only scored 13 points.
They definitely did. They did Maxey dirty. I agree. They did. Maxey was getting no love, and they was happy. There's so many and ones he should have had.
None.
I do agree with that. I mean, but what we not going to do? What we not going to do is it was a collective effort while we lost. What we're not going to do is absolve Ben and Tobias and Seth of this loss. I'm not just going to put on the coaching.
What did Tobias do bad?
Huh? Tobias ain't. He only how many points?
Tobias
he scored?
had a perfect opportunity.
No, how many points you scored down the stretch?
Down the stretch, he was missing layups.
When we went cold, how many points he scored? So that's my point. He had an overall good game. Ben had an overall good game. But what did they do down the stretch? Seth had a good at first half, and then he disappeared second half. I think he may have scored one bucket at that after half. So I'm like those to me, those are your get money dudes. I can't blame coaching but to a certain degree when you get money dudes in the game and they're not producing. That's where I get mad at.
You like can't put them guys in there though. He put them in a bad situation.
Who
Mike Scott, like for instance.
What did Mike Scott do to cause this game?
Because there was an offensive rebound. Mike Scott tried to go up and hammer it instead of grabbing the rebound and laying the ball up. That was critical.
Dwight Howard grabbed the offensive rebound and missed the easy layup.
About the end of the
Mike
game.
Scott puts you at an automatic 4-on-5. He's trash. Him and Tolliver bring absolutely nothing to the game. But I agree with your point, Ephraim. I agree with what you're saying. For one, Ben Simmons can't have 5 turnovers. You're the starting point guard. You cannot have, and that's my main point with Ben. You can't have turnovers and you can't have missed free throws.
But it was bogus offensive fouls that turned into turnovers.
I don't care. No, 5 turnovers is inexcusable.
At least 2 of them should have been turnovers.
Why does he keep playing? And I said this before, and y'all kept saying he didn't do it. Why does Mike Scott keep playing center?
No, well, he didn't do it the last game when you said that. He was in the power forward with Dwight Howard.
Was he in that center tonight?
Yeah, he was the starting center.
I agree. He shouldn't be on the court, period. Mike Scott should not be on the court. I don't care what position.
But why is he playing? No, it does matter what position he's playing, though.
He's trash at every position, bro.
Simmons can guard all 5. He outweighs Mike Scott, and he's heavier than Mike Scott. Why in the world?
On defense, actually,
why in the world is Mike Scott playing center?
He started center, but on defense, Ben Simmons was playing center at times.
No, he wasn't. Ben Simmons wasn't sticking a center. He was sticking LeVert.
Yeah, because LeVert's their best player. In my opinion, he is.
And he locked him down the first half.
I mean,
Sabonis, Mike Scott was playing Sabonis most of the game, right?
So don't we say we want Ben to play the best offensive player they have? You don't think LeVert's one of their better offensive players?
Him and Sabonis, yeah, both of them.
Okay. So Ben should stick both of them?
You don't think Sabonis is good? Sabonis had a triple-double tonight.
He did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Mike Scott was on him.
This guy's undersized. That's my point, though, Mike.
So what did LeVert have?
LeVert had 24. 7 and 5.
It was. I'm telling you, the referees. If y'all rewatch that game and with how they did Maxey,
we got hosed a little bit. I agree that call at the end.
You still gotta make plays.
You
gotta make plays. Thing. But we didn't even get a chance
to make a play
like
after that.
It was a collective team. It was a collective.
For the record, though, LeVert shot 8 for 20, 40% from the field. So he had his 24, but he was jacking shots and he shot a horrible percentage.
He had almost his whole 24 after half. If you watch the game,
okay, but he shot 40% from the. He shot 40%.
But when it was money time, what'd he do?
He got money, and this is where I'm feeling some type of way because we have 3 dudes who's supposed to be able to at least get a little bit of cash in money time, and that's Tobias, that's Seth, and that's Ben. And none of them did. None of them did when it was time to get it. So that's what I'm saying. I can't be. Seth started off good. He had the last 3 good games. I was like, oh man, he rolling. He popped a couple threes. I think he hit 2 in a row early.
He's suspect.
He is.
He back to reality.
Listen, when Tim wanted to come on, I told you Toby is our closer. No, Embiid is our closer. No matter what y'all want to say, Embiid is our best player.
Oh, no, not y'all.
I never. Who said that? We know Embiid's our best player.
Wait, what you say about the closer?
I say he's our best player. I don't think he can. I don't think he's a legitimate closer. I don't think he's a legitimate closer.
Who's our closer?
I'm not agreeing.
We don't have one.
I'm beat.
I would go with Tobias and Tobias down.
No, because remember Ben said. I mean,
Tobias.
Remember Ethan and Ephraim was both saying because Tobias could bring the ball up court and he's our closer.
I said our guard to me is a better option as a closer in the game, or somebody that can handle the ball. That's what Toby to me can't handle the ball.
No, that's what I agree with. I agree if you have a guard that can score, that's your better option. But on this team, I'm going with Bede as a closer. Now that I agree with. But the only thing I was saying was if you do have somebody who has a little bit of clutchness, can create their own shot, can dribble, drive the whole 9. That's who I would like to have as my closer. But on this team is Bede because you have, and the only reason I say that because you have to get Bede the ball. And then you have to create, then he has to create enough space. You could collapse down on him a little bit easier and all that kind of stuff like that. So it's more conducive to a player to be a closer if he's a guard or like a small forward or whatever. But I mean, Bede is a closer on the team. He's the best player. I mean, it's very obvious. I mean, y'all used to always try to say, "Oh man, well Ben's so good even without B, he still win." Nah, against these better teams, he does.
He does.
No, he not.
No, this game is an anomaly because you looking at the game, but we were playing with our 4 other reserve players.
And so were they.
Our bench, their bench, they haven't been playing for a long time. The people that didn't play today, they part of our rotation. We didn't have Shake. We didn't have Quickmaz. We didn't have Thibault.
I'm not giving that. Indiana played last.
I am. Let me tell
Indiana played last night.
Yes, I am.
You hate on Shake.
They are the number 1 Bulls.
But you said Shake trash, though.
They're the first ones that come off the bench and play for us. They weren't here today.
But you said Shake trash.
Deep into our bench. We would have won this game. This game was ours to win. We gave it up because of no offense. Because we went.
Shook Milton would have been a difference. That's what you're saying.
You saying he played like trash and he been playing so inconsistent. All of a sudden, he's the X factor now. Hold on. Sure. You the same Bull who said Korkmaz is trash and you said Shook Milton was trash. Now you're saying these dudes would have helped.
They still would. Do you see what the bench did? Are you looking at their box score numbers? Our bench still would have gave us more than they did. Just look at the numbers.
Who came up lame in the 4th quarter?
Everybody.
Who came up lame in the 4th quarter?
No, I agree with y'all. Ben and Toby.
And Seth.
Seth Curry came up lame.
Yeah, but say his name. Tim, say his name. Who came up lame in the 4th?
Danny Green.
See, this the only reason why, I agree with y'all that Ben and Toby both came up lame in the 4th.
Danny was lame too.
Because y'all couldn't wait to break y'all neck to try to put it on Ben, but y'all the same ones. Ben should be scoring. Ben gave you 20 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. So I'm not just going to sit here and say Ben stunk it up tonight. Ben is the reason we lost.
Oh, who did I say?
You said it was a collective.
Okay.
But I'm just saying it's like to make it,
was
now, say his name like we want to put this on Ben Simmons.
No. I'm saying Tim because Tim keeps trying. I give you credit. You said it for what it was. Tim is dancing around all these other people. He's talking about Danny Green and he's talking about Mike Scott and all this other stuff.
Aren't they our players?
Say it for what it is.
Ben and Toby.
You wasn't saying that when Ben was trying to get lit to the All-Star game. I ain't hear you throwing Mike Scott name out there then.
But Mike wasn't playing. He wasn't playing.
No, my point is when you want to give all the accolades and give the criticism where the criticism is due. He didn't step up when it was time to step up.
I gave my criticism to the referees.
This would get me mad. And now
Doc Rivers.
The referee, he gave his criticism.
The referees get the criticism. Doc Rivers get it. And that offense, they get it. Okay. I gave my criticism.
Stop. See, you making it bad, bro. Let's keep it a beat.
You're not gonna sit here and all of a sudden I saw Ben do a lot of good things in this game.
What about in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, he had two turnaround jump shots.
He had 2 turnaround jump shots. He had like a fistful of dunks. He was passing the ball, and then we saw that we was getting hosed. The rest are hosing him.
Okay,
bro. He had 5 turnovers. I'm not going to defend. Ben had a solid night, but 5 turnovers. You're the starting point guard. 5 turnovers is too much.
2 offensive fouls, which was bogus.
Do y'all think Ben's turning the corner with the turnaround jump shots, or was that not?
Bro, I'm not until he put something together for a string of games, like about a good 15 games or something. I'm not saying he turned nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's still like if B come back, is he going to give you 20 points when B comes back? I don't think
this is why Ben irritates me because he has a better jumper than Giannis.
He do.
To me.
He actually does. But
he doesn't shoot it.
Ben has to get over his mental hurdle. Once he get over those mental hurdles, he'll be all right.
I've never seen him do it. I never seen him do a stop and pop either. I don't think I've ever seen him do a stop and pop. Never.
No.
It's always either a fadeaway or he go to the hole with the hook. Like he never, like the play you was talking about when he passed to Mike Scott. I thought that was a prime opportunity to come down and do a stop and pop right in front of Sabonis because everybody just backs off.
Kept backing up.
He kept backing up, so it's like you could have just pulled up and tried to shoot his lights out. But I mean,
at 6'10" though, ain't nobody gonna block his fadeaway shot.
Ain't nobody gonna block a stop and pop either. This is my point.
That's what Dirk did as a 7-footer, the stop and pop, the fadeaway. Dirk wasn't the fastest, but Dirk used that size and he shot over smaller guys.
Yes, well, I'm taking baby steps. I ain't gonna sit
They ran a play early on, right?
He ain't shooting.
The Sixers ran early on. That I loved it actually. It was like Ben ran down and curled around the baseline and came up and got the ball. And as soon as he got it, he swung it to Toby. Like it was like a quick play. Like it wasn't like, sometimes we get stagnant. It was like a quick play. Like Ben ran around, grabbed it, and as soon as he grabbed it and went to the paint and they stepped to him, he dished it to Toby and it was a dunk. And I'm like, where was these type of plays? Like with all that tight movement, it seems like the Sixers don't run a lot of that.
Tim, Tim say you like baby steps. So you like your baby being a baby when they're 10 years old. You like a full grown. You like a full grown
man in a diaper with a bottle. You're like, well, he's taking baby steps.
Well, as long as he potty trained, so that's what I hate. Now, first of all, y'all hating on the man. And said, y'all see that he's trying. Y'all see he played a very good game. The problem is
the box score of a good game.
As long as Mike Scott is around.
I said he did. I said he played all around.
I'm trying to blame Mike Scott for the loss.
Mike Scott is trash.
No, I'm blaming Doc for Mike Scott should not touch the court. I don't care. Listen, you know what? At this point, I don't care what nobody say. You hyping Paul Reed. I don't care. I'd rather see Paul Reed than see Tolliver or Mike Scott. Tolliver is useless. What has he done since he's been here?
They should send him right back to Texas.
The funny thing is this was probably George Hill's best game as a Sixer. George Hill.
It was.
This was his best game as a Sixer.
It was.
But then I'm looking at Tolliver. I'm like, why is Tolliver getting any minutes? And I even was excited because Isaiah Joe hit a couple shots and looked.
He did. He looked promising.
He did.
But then you got Tolliver and Mike Scott are a waste of space.
Y'all gotta remember, we won 8 in a row. This is our first loss in 8 games. We went 5 of 7. We won five nights.
Ain't you the person said we should win all of them?
And we almost did. We almost did.
Almost only counting the horseshoes.
hand grenades and atomic bombs. But
Oh,
my
that's
thing
what-
is, I agree. See, but this is what Wayne said before the pod earlier, and I wanted to see this happen. He said he wanted to trounce Indiana because it's possible that we may be playing them in the first round. So you want to set the precedent. You want to come, as my man used to say, you want to come and you want to smack it in the mouth and let them know, like, yo, we here. Y'all already defeated. Now, granted, we ain't have B, but
We
still.
haven't B, so stop.
I mean,
But
but still.
listen.
Stop.
Tonight, if we'd have
Stop.
won tonight, we would have swept them for the series. It's for the
Okay.
series. So,
We
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
have
yeah.
Joel Embiid
already,
It's a
but
truck
I would
that
like to
was
put
missing.
only through.
Is Miles
we-
Turner coming back in the playoffs? One of the defensive player of the year candidates.
Oh yeah, Wayne, why was you hating on Miles Turner?
He was making on Miles. Like he
No.
missing a
No. I wasn't hating on
Clean
Miles.
it up.
It
Clean
was
it up.
more per se the Indiana broadcast. I haven't heard anybody talking about Miles. When we looked at anything that was talking about the defensive player of the year, I haven't seen Miles Turner named in the conversation.
No, he's always in there. He's always up. He got
Where
hurt.
did you see this?
He was in
is-
he's always in top 5, top 10. He's always up there.
He was always in the top 5, top 10.
Yeah.
Something different. He was always in the top 5.
He's up there. He's always up there.
I wasn't
Yeah.
seeing his name in the top 5 this season. That
I mean,
much.
Because all you was looking for was Ben Simmons.
No, but
That's
no,
why.
it wasn't.
that is true. You always looking for Ben Simmons, but I can't see how he wasn't in the top 5. The dude is averaging over 3 blocks a game. I mean, that is incredible. I mean, he all over the place. So for that alone, you got to be in the top 5 defensive player of the year. 3 blocks a game.
Mm-hmm. No.
That's I mean, you
But
gotta be
all I was saying was
3.4.
okay.
Remember
Listen,
him and B was
him-
going at it earlier this year, and he was like, I can't. He was looking forward to the matchup, and
Mhm.
then B was like, to quite honestly, I always get the best of him.
But I mean,
Yeah.
B's a beast. But this my thing is, like, every time when Tim would come on here every once in a while and post the rankings of defensive player of the year. I was never seeing Miles Turner's name on there. That's the point I'm making is
See, but go ahead.
I'm
but
just saying I wasn't seeing his name on there. And then it was like listening to their announcers like Miles Turner in the running for defensive player of the year. I'm like, I wasn't seeing him in the
But
rankings.
this is why I tell you. See, this is why I always say I don't care about that stuff.
But that
this is
stuff
why
is who
you-
elects him.
But Mo, my thing is, this is why you have to know. I mean, and you obviously we can't know everybody on every
Mhm.
team, what everybody doing. All right, cool. But this is why when I try to speak on something, a player, I don't care what the majority is. I don't care what the media narrative is. I don't care even a lot of time what the voters say. Like I told you about Clay. Clay should have been on the defensive first
It's
team.
always a
So,
Golden State reference. Go ahead.
no, but
Yeah.
this is real talk. But my thing is, listen, if the dude is doing what he's supposed to do, he's doing what he's supposed to do. A lot of dudes get overlooked because they're in a small market, they team not winning, they name not when in lights, like Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, real rap, and I ain't saying to hate on Ben, but maybe it is. But Ben name is in lights because not really because what he do, because who he is. He came out as the #1 draft pick. He dated the Kardashians. He's a celebrity. So his name, and he's on a winning team. So his name is attached with celebrity. So he gets more attention than somebody like a Miles Turner. Well, Miles Turner is legitimately, like, this dude was leading the league in blocks.
But the
I mean,
point that I was
it's
making wasn't about Miles Turner.
No, I'm just talking about in general. I'm not even talking
The
about you
point
right
that
now.
I
I'm
was
just talking about in
making
general.
was that, like I said, in all the rankings, I'm not seeing Miles Turner name. And my thing was their broadcast was making it like he was like in the top, like 1 or 2 in defensive player of the year. And I'm not seeing it. Like, to me, that's all I'm saying is the way that they were skewing it. I'm like I haven't seen him as like the top.
He was up there before he got hurt. He got hurt in like the middle of April.
He was
in there.
never above Ben, and he was never above Gobert.
He was top 5.
He was never above Ben or Gobert.
Okay.
Do you think Ben is a better defender than him?
I do, yes.
Why?
He don't even watch Miles.
What
So
you mean?
I don't know how you could really
Listen,
say
I
that.
do. I watch him as much as you do. You sit there and watch.
That's why I
You
have.
sit there and watch every Indiana game. Like, oh,
No,
Miles
that's why I
Turner.
have. That's why I didn't have a. That's why I didn't have a position on you. You speaking because you watch Ben.
No, but I watch NBA games. I watch Miles Turner. I know he's a shot blocker. The same way Mutombo was a shot blocker, but I thought that they hyped Mutombo.
Chilling and talking about he shouldn't be defensive player of the year. Now all of a sudden you know, okay.
But the same way I felt like Mutombo was overhyped as defensive player of the year because he got blocked shots. But it's the same way. If a guy it kills me because if a guy could get 3 blocks a game and or a guy get 2 blocks, 2.5 blocks, he's a great defensive player. But if a dude get 2 steals a game, they don't hype him up. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
No, they don't. So has Steph Curry been in player of the year
now
2 steals a game?
Now
y'all realize that we scored 30.
They was hating on Steph. They was hating on Steph.
We scored 33 points in the first quarter.
They never put AI as defensive player of the game, and he led the league in steals.
And we scored 13 in the third quarter.
And
we scored 32 in the entire second half.
Player of the year award.
That's bad.
But you gotta understand.
You gonna cut the ball off like that? Good Lord.
Y'all had like a 20-minute conversation.
To me, you gotta understand what I keep trying to tell y'all. If a shot blocker, right? If a shot blocker is getting 3 blocks a game, how many shots during the game did he actually didn't block but deterred somebody from shooting?
And how many steals a guy that getting steals didn't get but deflections or got in the passing lane and deterred somebody from passing the ball?
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. To me, they're the same thing, honestly.
They're not the same.
No, I agree with Wayne because, and I say that because you don't know how much pressure that puts and how many turnovers vicariously. Because you could be ready to pass and you see AI or you see Seth about to jump the John, and then you hold the ball 24-second violation because you got to pass it somewhere else, or you try to throw it another direction, somebody else get a turnover, or like you said, a simple deflection and somebody else get the steal. So
or you go to shoot. You shoot a shot blocker and you pass it, and the guy gets to steal.
But I'm saying that it's the same. The Bulls' defense was not
go to pass it and go to shoot, and not a shot blocker get the block.
The Bulls' defense was not built on shot blocking. They didn't have shot blockers. It was built on Mike and Scotty and them playing the passing lanes. And I remember the Sixers playing against them and being shook. Like Hersey Hawkins pump faking and thinking like they about to jump in the passing lane. Like, to me, I think that shot blocking and playing the passing lane and getting steals is, I think it's easy.
I agree with that.
They just announced that Harden is coming back tomorrow.
Kyrie didn't need to because Kyrie just got hurt. I mean, not bad. He got elbowed in the face.
They said they don't know. They don't know if it's a concussion yet.
I mean, listen. Let's getting back to the game though. It's upsetting because we should have handled them. We should have beat them.
Yeah.
But okay, so even if no matter what, we were coming into the night. We was 3 games up on the Nets, 4 games up on the Bucks. We still want to get number 1 rating. B didn't play. Indiana's still playing for their playoff life. So I mean, it is upsetting, but in the scheme of things, it's really something small.
Yeah, we still got 3 more shots to get the number 1 seed. But let me ask y'all this:
I think it's a chance to grow.
Was that George Hill trade? Was that worth it? Not having a backup center, knowing that
no. See, what you're not going to do is you're not going to dance back and forth because at first you didn't like the trade, then you loved it. Now you kind of questioning whether we should have traded or not. So which side of the fence you on, partner?
Wait, we don't have a backup center.
We don't have a backup center if Joel's out.
So we don't have a backup.
Yeah.
So do we have a backup guard now, or did we have a backup guard before? So now we have a starting point guard and a
plethora of guards,
and a starting center and a backup center.
Plethora of guards.
We have a plethora of guards.
No. Like point guard.
I like Maxey over George Hill
as a point guard.
Yep.
You told me Maxey wasn't a point guard.
I don't know about that. I like Maxey scoring. Maxey could go to the rack. Maxey could go. I'm telling y'all, Maxey
I've always been a fan of Tony Bradley from the door, and I said,
I'm not disputing Tony Bradley, but I'm just saying we have Dwight and we have Bede. How many minutes are you really going to get from Tony Bradley in the playoffs?
It's not the playoffs don't work. I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about if Dwayne
the playoffs ain't what you concerned about.
Not right now. I'm talking about Joel Embiid misses too many games for us not to have
he set out. He's not hurt. He just set out because they don't need the game.
Now is this one of the games he could sit out and still win the MVP, or is the MVP already sold up with either Curry? Or the bull from Utah, the bull from Denver.
Joker has it.
I think Joker got it. I don't think Curry going to win. I was actually looking at it during the day, and they had a based on and this wasn't even from the NBA and nothing like that. It was actually from basketball.com. based on basketball.com, they had a ranking of all the possible MVPs, and this was based statistically off of the last previous, I think, like 10 or 15 MVPs, like the chances you winning it. And Steph Curry was ranked number 10, which I don't agree with, but not because his numbers or anything, but it's his downfall is mainly because of the team's record.
Yeah,
Most MVPs who win, their team is at least in the top 5, I think, something like that. So they had Joker number 1, they had Bede number 2. I think Antetokounmpo, Giannis was like 3 or something like that. But I don't think Curry won. I think Joker got in the bag, just based off of how they normally vote.
Joker should get it. He should.
He put
I'm
on
gonna
numbers.
so Miami gonna scare somebody in the playoffs.
Guess what? Miami's set up to play the Bucks in the first. Boy,
I hope it ain't us.
The Bucks better not. You listen. Every one of y'all, if the Bucks face Miami in the first round and that joint get dicey, you ain't gonna be able to shut. Well, you can't shut me up anyway. But
I
was about to say that.
1-1.
I know you are. I know. I definitely know you are. I don't think they are though. I don't think they.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna beat the Bucks.
I think one of my biggest issue is just to put a ribbon or a bow in this game. My biggest issue with the Sixers is we messed up a lot of the point blank layups and dunks and everything. That's where we messed up at. It wasn't even about the jump shot. I think we gave up a lot of jump shots. We was going to the hole. Maxey went to the hole several times, got no calls, missed layups. Like one time he had a fast break, and I think he just missed it.
Tobias missed a lot of layups too. He was playing. He missed some floaters and all that. Seth Curry. Like I said.
Let's keep it a bean. We didn't have Korkmaz. We didn't have Milton. We didn't have Bede, and we didn't have Thibault.
I think that's the point I wrote.
That's what I'm saying. Thibault and Bede. We already know what Thibault brings. Defensive. And I will agree. I think that Thibault's our best defensive player.
I literally said that about 10 minutes ago. Y'all
pound for pound, I think he's our best defensive player.
Tim, you can't say that because you hated on Shake. You hated on Korkmaz.
I didn't coin the phrase Shook Milton. Ethan did.
That was it.
Wait a minute. Okay. How can Wayne say Thibault's our best defensive player, but Ben Simmons?
I just said I could
defensive player of the year.
Well, the reason
he don't play enough minutes.
Well, the reason why I would say Ben Simmons is because Thibault doesn't play starter minutes. But I'm saying as a player, what Thibault brings, I think that Thibault is a more effective defensive player than even Embiid on our team. What Thibault brings on defense is amazing. Yeah, but because he doesn't play those starter minutes like that, then I'm not going to put like even if a dude is scoring, like if a guy is scoring, you might make him as 6th man of the year, but you're not going to make him MVP if he's scoring off the bench numbers. So that's what I'm saying. I think that Thibault, man to man, I think Thibault pound for pound is our best defensive player.
Thibault should be defensive 6th man of the year. they need to get a new award.
I think he's going to make an all defensive team, either first or second, easy.
So we lost the game because of what?
I told you why. It was a collective meltdown by the stars, by the Bulls who's supposed to shine brightest when the lights are shining the brightest. They did. And it's the 3. It's Seth, Tobias, and Ben. That to me was the downfall of our team. Wayne. And like you said, I mean, Doc could have made some tweaks and all that down the stretch, but when you got your stars in there, you want your stars to do their thing. This is why I'm truth be told, I'm more disappointed in Seth than either Ben or Tobias, to be honest with you. Because Seth had Ben, we all know Ben sometimes get hesitant to shoot in the paint and all that, but Ben will give you an open look. All you got to do is knock that joker down. And he ain't knocking him down. He had 10 points. And I think he had 8. He might have had 10 in the first half. You got to give me more. Come on, bro. Like you hit 2 threes in the rip in the first quarter. So you got 6 points in the first quarter. You end with 10. That means you got 4 points for the rest of the game. Come on, man. And you a starter and you a shooter. I'm not, nah.
But that's why it doesn't bother me as much.
He didn't shoot a lot, though.
What you say?
Because he's still scared. Like he's scared to get a shot blocked.
He was 4 for 9 and 2 for 4 from 3. He didn't assert himself enough. I don't know if that's what I mean. I don't know. Sometimes when the defenders are a little, you see they kept chasing him. If you notice, they kept chasing Seth off the 3-point line. And when the defenders are quicker and a little more athletic, they bother Seth.
But that's the thing. They chased him off early, and he had 2 nice low Jones where he stepped in and knocked down a jump shot. I think he had 2 threes and 2 jump shots.
I get both of y'all points, and I actually agree with both of y'all points. But this is why I'm saying this is why what I've been saying in like the last half of the season, we need our team as a collective. Because we have a team where everybody plays their role. If you have Embiid in there, they're not chasing Seth off of that 3-point line like that. Danny Green, I don't think Danny Green is going to go 2 for 9 with Bede in there because you can't run out.
He will.
If it's not a corner, if it's not a corner,
let me stay corrected. He might. He might.
Not a corner 3.
But I'm just saying, when you have Bede in there, you're not running off of Embiid to go make sure you jump out on Seth Curry. You have to send that help down there.
Yeah, you run off of Ben.
But here's the problem.
It's okay. Ben had 20 tonight.
My issue with Seth Curry tonight is he kept
getting
that mismatch with Sabonis. Sabonis was on him like half the game, and he never just slipped him and did anything with him. He just
hold on. Go ahead. My bad, Tim. How about TJ McConnell being Ben Simmons and Toby? Like y'all got to be kidding me.
He didn't beat him. He didn't beat him.
No way in the world.
No, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. No way in the world.
He did.
TJ McConnell should be D'ing you up.
I agree with that.
I can't stand TJ.
The most pleasure I got watching this game was
TJ remind me of Tim Tebow. I can't stand.
If we played them in the playoffs, we sweeping them. I'm telling you that right now.
I'll cut you out. Go ahead.
No, I was saying the most pleasure I had in the game was when Maxey blocked TJ McConnell's shot early in the game. He tried to throw up some garbage, and Maxey punched the mess out of it. But I will give TJ credit. He was all over the place, and he did a great job. Or at least it wasn't an extended period of defense, but he did actually do a good defensive series on Ben and Tobias.
Even TJ played better without Brett.
That's true.
He's up from 6 points.
Brett played better.
Yeah, he actually up to 8 points a game. I never thought he'd get past 6.
No, he actually had some big games this season. Like he had like 16 assist games and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I mean,
respect.
If Ben played more like TJ, he'd be a better player.
What, run around just dribble the ball?
No, get your shot. TJ
gets his shot like that?
Yes. TJ can get his own shot.
He got the same.
How much he averaging?
6.
8 points.
8. Yeah,
almost as much as Ben.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
And if you look at every year he's in the league, it's been 6 points. 6 points.
He averaged 8 points this year, Tim.
Oh, I'm sorry. Career high.
He's catching up.
He averaged 8
Yo,
points.
but around that
career high 8 points. And they like 9 seasons in. Like, come on,
he got that sneaky jumper though. He got that sneaky jumper around that lane.
His sneaky jumper that goes up to like 10 feet. He don't go no further than that.
Thursday,
that's what we need Ben to do.
Thursday, we got the Miami Heat in Miami.
Game is the game.
They're playing for positioning right now, so they're going to actually play hard. And B's going to go up against. This should be a real good test for us. We should have our whole squad. I'm hoping that we go perform well. Again, I think we like 27-4 or 27-5. We got a really good record with all 5 of our starters play. So,
are they all playing?
They all should
be. This, if any of these games are these last games, this should be the game that they all play.
I agree. And then Orlando, they can just chill out. But listen, we'll be back.
He can either be 5th or 6th. So they can probably either play the Knicks or the Bucks.
So wait,
I don't think
how many games we got left?
We got 3 games left.
So no matter what, the Bucks can't beat us for first place, right? They can't get first place.
Yes, they can. If
they got to win out, and we got to lose out for them to get it.
Exactly. So we're gonna beat Orlando at least once.
And the Nets is 2 games.
Orlando twice.
Yeah, we shouldn't lose to Orlando unless they just sit all these starters. Unless we sit all our starters.
If we sit all our starters, our bench should be able to beat Orlando because they ain't got nothing but bench players.
Yeah,
true.
Give me co-host real quick. What y'all think about that?
I was kind of ending the show. What were you saying?
No, come on, man. Why we gotta tell you this every daggone time?
Listen, I'm not mad at that time because I'm hungry and I gotta do something. But what y'all think about that? I know Ethan sent to the board that technical foul that they gave LaMelo Ball when he pushed the ref hand off. And did y'all see it?
Yeah.
I think.
What you think about it?
The screen?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
I'm gonna put it on the screen.
go ahead, and then I'm gonna tell you what I think.
All right.
I ain't see.
You ain't see it, Wayne? Here it
No.
We don't own the rights to this video. I don't know if you guys say that now.
Ethan owns the right to this video. this this happened tonight, actually.
Did it?
I think it did.
They gave him a tech
Yeah.
for that.
Yes.
Well, he
They
pushed the
gave
ref
him a
off.
tech for that.
Let's watch it again.
The ref was flirting.
First
He
of
pushed
all,
the ref
the
off.
ref was in violation. Why is you touching him like that?
That's
No,
what I'm
no,
about to say. If you can't touch the ref shouldn't be able to touch you. That's all I got to say. You got to keep it
But
the same.
he didn't even push the ref with malice, though. It was just like
He
moving
did.
his hand off.
No,
He
no,
did a little bit.
it was a little extra. My
It
thing
was.
is, I didn't like what he did because he was running into the ref, and the ref was kind of at a certain point. Once you run into the ref is bracing you, not really to brace you from falling, but he kind of bracing himself too. So he kind of grabbed you. Honestly, I think that's a normal grab when you grab somebody. I think it's kind of a normal grab. I think LaMelo
Stop
did a
the
little.
screenshot.
I think LaMelo did a little bit of the most for that. I'm not saying he deserved a tech, but if somebody run into you, your first reaction ain't just to be like, whoa. Your first reaction is to kind of brace both of y'all. You kind of grabbing him and grabbing yourself. And then for somebody to kind of like, man, get off me. Like, yo, I'm trying to help you and me.
He was like that. The
I
man,
don't
get
know.
off. Listen, anytime somebody grab you, anytime other NBA players grab a player, that's what they do. They like push him off. Like, I got it. Like, get off me. Like, how is that?
That's other players. That's other teams. That's other players of other teams.
If you bump or touch the ref, it's a tech or you get thrown out the game.
The ref touched him.
That's what I'm saying. So it has to be the same way on both sides.
But that's not true. That's if you bump. It depends on how you bump him. He bumped him in a play. He didn't get the contact for bumping him. He got the contact for pushing him off of him. And it was a little much.
The ref walked into him and grabbed him.
They walked in. What did you see it?
Yes, the ref walked up and grabbed him.
The ref did you see? Hold up, let me go back and watch.
The ref didn't wrap his arm around him.
You said he walked up to him and grabbed him.
The ref was standing there, and Lonzo ran to the ref.
Lonzo ran into the ref coming down off the leg.
Man, please, that ref could have moved out the way, bro. The ref grabbed him. The ref called himself grabbing him to keep him from going, too far or falling or something like that. The ref grabbed him. I'm not mad at the ref grabbing him, but my thing is don't give him a tech when he pushes your arm off of him. These refs ain't power tripping, bro. Stop.
The ref, don't get me wrong, the ref is power tripping, but I think that's an unnecessary move for somebody because he grabbed him almost kind of protecting himself too because he ran. LaMelo ran into him. He ran into it. It wasn't like the ref stepped in his way. He was standing there and he came off the play and ran into him. He kind of like,
in the lane?
Huh?
Why the ref standing in the lane?
So if he jumped back and then he stepped on somebody else, then what would you say?
The ref should have stepped to the side.
The play was actually over. If you actually watched it, it was a foul called. The play was over, and Melo just kept going and just did the layup and ran to the ref. So the play was over before Melo even did the layup.
So it was LaMelo's fault for even going that extra after the play.
Yes.
Be honest with you.
So he can't just walk through the. I listen. I respect.
I think LaMelo was a little extra, but I don't. Was the tech worthy?
No. So you will push a ball hand like if a ball.
Yes.
No. If you ran into somebody, let's say you playing ball, and you run into somebody on the sideline, right? Or somebody runs into you on the sideline, and you like, whoa, you kind of, and the ball just pushes his hand off you. You ain't gonna feel no type of way about that.
If I grab him and the ball push him like, yo, I was helping you, bro. I might, but I'm not gonna be. How dare you push my hand? Like, because the same way if somebody grabbed me, like, yo, why did you grab me? Like get off me. I'm cool. Why is he grabbing?
Nah.
Because if he's running into you and you bracing both of y'all,
man, get off the court. The ref shouldn't be in the lane.
What?
He wasn't on the court.
So the ref job ain't to be on the court?
No. Their job is to be on the side, out of the court of the play.
He was out of the play.
He was. That's what LaMelo ran into him.
You gotta watch that play again. I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know what you're watching.
You got your contact in?
No matter what, I'm not blaming LaMelo for pushing the ref's hand off. And I don't think that y'all are saying that it's tech worthy either. But all I'm saying is, to me, it's irrelevant. The ref shouldn't have called nothing. He pushed your hand off of him. You put your hand on him. He pushed your hand off.
I'm not saying I would call.
Get off
I'm
me,
not-
dog.
I'm not-
He didn't do all that.
I'm not. He pretty much
Yeah, he
did.
did.
I'm not.
No, he
I-
did.
pretty-
He just pushed the hand off of him.
no,
Nah,
he would-
you gotta see it. It was
yeah,
a little
you-
I
rough.
just saw it.
I don't know.
was
Everybody sees
impressive.
stuff differently. It wasn't
just-
no. It wasn't no normal drawing like this. He would like that, like yo, like almost like get off of me type deal. And the bull like yo, like you ran into me. Like how you gonna push me off of you when you ran into me?
Because the ref hugged him. Like, what'd you hold arms around me for?
Well, they know what they say about
It was
people
in
with
front of his
opinions.
body.
They know what they say about everybody with opinions.
Everybody got one.
Yeah, everybody got one.
Just
I
like
think,
us.
I think it was too much. I just
Sixers lose 103-94 to the Indiana Pacers. We go to Miami on Thursday. So we'll see y'all after the game. Check y'all out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Shout out Russell Westbrook, all-time triple doubles.
Shout out.
Better
Special
than
Absolutely. I agree.
man.
He's a star. I mean, you gotta give him his props. You got
And guess what? They lost the game too. So
Yeah, so did Nash. Lost a whole lot of.
whoop dee.
All right.
I bet you
All
Nash
right.
got more wins than Westbrook.
Might not.
Cut
Yeah.
it.